Right, that should be working now. Okay, just waiting for everyone else to join up. Because I'm guessing everyone's wondering why it's me here today. But Tino's just, I don't know why he let us do it, but he's letting me do it for 1 week, it seems, and I get Bahrain of all races. We should have 19 drivers today, because we were going to have 20, but Zanetti had to pull out, unfortunately. So we've only down, and obviously you will not be seeing normal cars here today, you'll be seeing custom cars, as a lot of people you already know, the game is completely broken at this point. All the cars are going to be obviously made by the drivers and raced. Some are we using special liveries, as you can tell by Crystal and Pangrio. You can tell what they're going to be using. And yeah, as we see, obviously, because I've been out of this for so long, I am going to be complete out of the standings. Which reminds me to check them now. Well, it feels like it's going to be a good race. But all I know is there's a big title fight going between AXA and it was who was the other one actually? I can't remember his name. Francesco Largo, but unfortunately he can't race today, so AXA's got a chance to extend his point lead. This is what I mean, I'm so out of it. But I hope it should pick up. Just getting the standings up now. Right. We're just waiting for, I think we're waiting for a few more drivers still. As we've only got 17, that's including me. So 3 more drivers we're waiting for. Alright, so AXA does lead by 28 points here, so obviously if he boosted the points, it'd be a big gap away. And obviously this could help him definitely to secure the championship. Because he's only got 3 more rounds after this. And if this gap's big enough, let's see, yeah, Pangrio is, wow, Pangrio's third. 'm just making sure if we've got all the drivers yet, but we're still waiting for 2. We've got Mustache who's just joined. And then after that, I think there should be 2 more. Is it 2 or 3 more? Because I'm trying to figure out this maths. As usual, when I do commentary, F1 never starts early or on time. 17, we should have 19. So, see, well, one driver is late, and then, yeah, it's just Enzo as being pointed out there. He's the only one we need, apparently. Oh, I've been blind and he's not in the lobby already. No, it actually is Enzo. Alright, and there's the signal to get going. So now we can see all the liveries that everyone's going to be driving, because hopefully we will determine like who's who, because certain people will be going for certain colours, because of the cars they're driving, and that sort of thing. But then we've got to figure out who's going to be in what garage. So you need to find out who's in your garage before the race, or your race will be very, very dramatic with pit stops. And the funny part about this game, it never tells you who you're in if you're in the F1 cars. So you've got to figure out for yourself. So, and I really hope this doesn't screw anyone over in the race. But everyone's here. We're just missing one driver with Enzo. One's going to be driving late. Uh, uh, mm, but other than that, that should be everyone. Here at Bahrain, round 9. Just have to see how this plays out here, because everyone's going to be picking their strategies, getting the right times. I feel like it's going to be definitely going to be medium hards around here, unless the safety car comes out, and that might change the setup a little bit. But I know one thing: a safety car on this track can change the race completely, even just like in real life. But let's just see how this plays out here for everyone here today. Because the last time we raced at Bahrain, it was just hectic to say the least. I remember I did that Bahrain week again because that was when Tino was doing PC side, and it was hectic to the least. I can't even remember who won, but I know it was a huge battle for the lead all the way to the flag. Right, so that's everything I need. Oh, yeah, there we go. Right. So it looks like, as you can tell, by the icons, everyone's going to be in different garages. So they've got to figure out who is their teammate in the garage, or it'll be very, very chaotic, to say the least, for certain drivers. Alright, it was 18 minutes here for the short qualifying, so probably 3 to 4 runs, depending on how quick you go. As I can already tell, we've got some Racing Point, the pink livery. You've got some Audi liveries. We've got Flopman, first car out on track. And I was rocking a full black livery with the number 7. Who's the next coming out? Is that Astros? Yes, and a stunning blue livery. Next car behind. This is what I mean. It's going to be very hard to figure out who's who because of the colours. So you're going to have to bear with me, unfortunately, until I figure out who's who. As you can point out there, because that's all the liveries. All the different colours coming out of the pits. But you should be able to, I should hopefully be able to find some little features from certain cars and all that to figure out who's who. But let's just see how this race plays out. Because look, there's one of the Audis from Max Rowe. Obviously, you've got the Racing Point livery get you. I'm surprised the Williams isn't going to get used today. Oh yeah, there's the Silverstone special one from Diego Moraes. I thought that people were using the Golf one, to be honest. But none of them's using it, surprisingly. It's just the Audi and then the Williams that Racing Points and all custom made livery. So it's really nice to see this. It's just going to be hectic to figure out who's who. But all I know, Flopfish is the first car who will start a lap, hopefully, and he's got nothing ahead of him. Just Jacob coming to the end of the pit lane now. And we've got to see if anyone else, Flopman will be the first car to start a lap here. No one's coming out the pits, so this is going to be a really good clean lap. Oh, as I speak, that car comes out pits. Hopefully they'll stay out the way on the right side as they exit the pits as we start heading down to turn 1. The car is coming out the pits, but he will not be blocking, hopefully, anyone. Into third here, because I've seen turn 1, a lot of drivers will lead. Short shift to 4th, staying second, staying 3rd. So many gear configurations for that corner. The yellow flags are just the back enough for the final corner. Clean turn there into this corner. I really got the corner. Turbo sector, of course, he's first one on track to do him. And I feel like it's going to be interesting to see the setups because you'll have someone who might go for a little bit more downforce for like the corner sections, or you'll have a few going for the straight line speed. As straight line speed is only viable on the last in sector 3 in that straight and the home stretch, and then the first DRS point on the when you start a lap. But Flopman's keeping it clean. He's still in the lines, just in the lines there at the edge of the corner. Comes up to this very tricky car. If you lose the car here, you've just lost it completely. Purple again, that's obviously his first car. Keeps it in the lines. A lot of curbing there used. Now he's got a clean run still as he comes to the final corner now. As his fuel light's coming on, he's got 32 VRS still left. So that's quite a decent chunk actually. But obviously that might be the way the car has worked this season because I've never obviously watched. 28.3 is the benchmark to start off with by Flopman. And Sniper can't go 29.0. 7/10 difference. Well, there's Astro's P3 in the high 29s. Who is next coming across the line? It's going to be Jericho Balgos. It's 28.7. Next car coming across the line is Luno P3 with 28.7 also. As we got, this is the only thing, there's loads of black cars on track today, so it's going to be a headache. And there goes AXA, who comes across the line at 28.1, 2 tips quicker than Footman. So AXA in the yellow and black car takes pole at the moment. Diego Morris goes second with a 28.3, half a tenth quicker than Flopman. Maxwell goes P4 there in the Audi livery. And it looks like no one else is on a lap finishing. No one else in that group finished yet. Yellow's coming across as Cappy. He's just starting a lap, or invalidated in foot, I think. Oh no, 31.6, so yeah, he must have had a bit of a back off moment. No one else is up the times yet. We've only got 9 drivers on the board. As I say that, Ennis goes P9 now, or 31.0. There, here's one of the pink liveries coming across the line, Crystal. And he's just started his lap, and that's new. Jacob, I know, is finishing a lap in that purple black. Oh, a bit of a moment there in the final corner. He comes to the line now. What can Jacob do here? Bahrain, it's a 42.0, so he must be warming his tyres up or had a moment and backed out. Oh, this is going to be so frustrating with how many cars. Pangrio comes across the line now, and he starts his lap also. So some drivers are going for warm-up laps, and some drivers are obviously going straight for speed. As there's a bit of moment in the last sector, because I see cars slowing down and let them by. As who was that just jumped up? Someone just moved up. I missed that completely. Oh yeah, it was Kale P7 there in the Alfa Romeo livery. With so many liveries coming out here. Oh my god. Who was that who just jumped up? This is what I mean, there's so many drivers. That was Marco Botta, P10. Pangrillos and Jacob and the both Racing Point are going to be finishing their laps soon. But the question is, I wonder who's actually going to be on pole here today, because the first lap, we've got 4 drivers who are in 4 tenths of each other. And obviously Bahrain's a track where you can gain that time a lot. And pit strategies... Bloody hell, I can't even speak English. Pit strategies are very key around this track also, because an undercut is very powerful if you don't get caught in traffic. An overcut is exactly the same. If you don't get caught in traffic, you're perfect. Jacob comes to the line now as Eros running for MPP8, 29 flat. There's a lot of drivers that have got different paces so far. Next car coming across the line is going to be one of the... I'm guessing it's Crystal? No, not Crystal. It was Pangrio P11 at 29.3. So now we're only waiting for Rudy and Mustache to set a lap. And I feel like Rudy... No. This is... I hate this. Oh, this is absolutely stressful. Alright, so we've got the Alfa Romeo livery getting rocked. We've got the Racing Point pink. We've got the Audi livery getting rocked. As AXA and Flopman have jumped out the pits for their second run already. So we'll stick a ball in AXA and see if he can improve his time there. As he's got the car... Oh my word. Oh, I can tell the guys don't want to be in the front because they know a slipstream will help their time. And who's just passed them? It must have been... Yeah, it was Jericho who just passed both of them and he hasn't like fully accelerated. Oh god, here comes a mind game from everyone. As that actually burn fuel, as you can tell, he's staying in 3rd gear. But the key thing about here is obviously getting a good run, because if you get blocked on Bahrain, it's very hard to gain the time back. And it looks like these 3 are starting to separate. But AXA, if you can stay in a certain gap, Jericho will be blowing the air away, which will give him a slipstream from that, even that far back. But from now, I don't think it's too far. But I'm actually still curious who's actually going to be like in the top 3 here. Because I don't think everyone's had a great lap, I feel like. But the race could be completely different also, as I've noticed Sniper's on a lap currently. Where is he on track? Sniper's just started a lap there, and he's heading to sector 1. Let's see what his time is when he goes to the first sector. He's nearly half a tenth down already on his time. He's on fresh tyres. So unless he just had a bit of a moment or just didn't get the right line, as there's the three all, as Jericho, Aurelian, and Flotman all starting their laps now. Here comes Sniper down to the second DRS of the lap, and let's see how much time he's going to gain because he's come to sector 2. He's currently in 9th, 29 flat, and he's nearly a full second off the pace currently of AXA, who's 9/10 quicker in total so far. Comes to the sector 2 line, he's gained nearly 2/10 there, so this would put him into that sandwich of 5th and 6th if he gets a clean run in sector 3. And let's just see what he can do here as he comes around the final corner now. Clean break into 4th, low revs at 25% of the ERS coming to the line. Down the start finish line, well, AXA Sniper B, P7. So he lost a bit of time, I think, in the last sector. But I'm going to jump on board Jericho. I know who was leading this train of cars. And is that no, that's not AXA, that's Flotman pulling to the side, I think. No, it's Jericho. This is what I mean. The liveries are going to completely throw me off. Jericho's come to sector 2 now because I was too busy watching Sniper's lap. Well, how quick has he gone here? He's down by 25 thousandths. But I didn't see the sector 1. There's a bit of a wobble there. Carlos warming up ahead of him. He'll really hope he gets out of the way for Jericho. Oh no! Jericho at an absolute moment. Who was that? That was Marco Bossa, I think. I think he was unaware that Jericho was on a lap, and Jericho is going to be furious. But here comes AXA coming to the line now. Goes into the 27s with a 77.9. What can Flotman do to respond? 28.1. He gets the time AXA just got. He's forehands. That is... AXA has again shown his pace he has in one lap qualifying. He hasn't lost anything from last season's game. As we'll jump aboard a random car, Luno comes to the line now. He's currently P6, currently battling for Jericho for it, who misses that. He goes 2 times quicker into P5. Next is one of the pink Alpha Racing points, but I think that Crystal on his outlap. Yep, he's just started. Sniper is coming to the pits, and I think that's Astro's behind them, who's also coming to the pits. I'm curious to see who's actually going to improve their times like a huge amount. As we'll stick aboard with Diego, who's currently P3, 28.3 his time right now. Taking a lot of curve in there. As who just jumped up there? I think Rudy went to P8. Rudy went P8. Diego takes P2. So they're starting to close up slowly onto AXA. But will it be enough to stop them? They've probably got one more run to go. And like it's anyone's game at this point. Who's going to be in the top 3? Who was Maxwell? There goes. He jumps to P3 now. So as I've said, that you could find another 10th in a bit and could push AXA. But I know one guy who's going to be furious is going to be Jericho because he got blocked massively by Botta, who goes 7th with also on the board. So if he qualifies ahead of it, I don't think Botta's going to be very happy. There's Mustache P5 there. It's just the question is what is going to happen here, because the times that these guys are producing are quick, but is anything going to get near the Frenchman AXA? He's currently nearly a 10th and a half up already on Diego P2, and you've got all these guys warming up, starting a lap, all that, and then hopefully not blocking each other, because I feel like we've already had one massive one, that was Marco Botta, and ugh. Well, this is just... I don't... Well, okay, I just jumped the crystal, he's in the gravel. I don't know what the fuck was going on here. Oh, guys. Oh, my God. I come back, and I come to see this, right? I don't get these people sometimes. I can understand Jericho is very, very annoyed. But at the same time, why is he let out of crystal? Why is people talking about Newcastle currently? Okay, that's why. Alright, let's jump on a random car, because I'm trying to find obviously where everyone's on track, and I feel like Kale's currently just started a lap, but no, he's not. This is a cooldown lap to go back in. Jacob goes purple. Was that purple? No, it's 4.5 cents down. How was that gone purple game? As we've got 4 minutes left, so cars will be coming out soon to start their final flyers. And obviously, who's going to be in the top 10? And I don't actually know, and I'm curious about the tyres. That's Jacob's a massive slide coming into that corner. He caught it really well. Oh, right, that's literally, we've got 3.5 minutes to go. This is when the cars, and Axe has already pulled the gun, and he's gone out already. Oh no, it's not, it's Cappy, sorry. The colour thing has completely thrown me off guard. But it's curious when the top 3 are going to start going out, because do you want to stay behind them, or do you want to be ahead of them? Because Axe stayed in the middle, and obviously got the lap, obviously, thanks to Jericho getting unfortunately blocked. Flopman's gone out though, he's the first one who pulled the gun out of the top 5. And obviously the others are probably waiting until the 3-minute mark. As there goes Marco Botta. Yeah, he's out the pits. Jericho's on another lap here, and it looks like he's got a clean run. As there goes the car moving out of the way. He's half a tenth up now, Jericho. So Jericho's unfortunately going to have 2 runs because of that block from Marco Botta. But where will he be with this one flying lap he's got left? He's only got 1 more car ahead of him, and hopefully he'll get out the way for him. As Jericho has got a bit of a challenge here around Bahrain, with that only having 2 qualifying laps. It feels like it's already worn up, and it's not even halfway around the track. Jericho's just got to go up to the uphill, and then downhill, and then back down. And let's just see what he can do here. Hit into 6, revs the limit out of the car, and he's 2.5 tenths up nearly. I mean, not nearly, 3 tenths up. As that would put him into P5, P6 at the moment. But he's got to pull a mega sector 3, I think, to keep that. He's got 1 car ahead of him, which might help him with a little slipstream, but no, it goes into the pits. Jericho's final lap here, as he comes the line, could be P8, P6 now. Luno's going to beat him by 2 tenths to take back it. But, as I've said, everyone in the top 5's gone out. But look at the gap, as the Sniper, as he was on the Sniper, has he retired in the pits? Yes, he has, thankfully. But, oh my god. That train is hell. Alright, but let's just come off Flopman. This is his final run here in Q3. He's got the clean run, no one ahead of him. Until sector 1 at the end of it, because look how many cars are clustered away, coming out all at once. Into 30 stays in turn 1, now into turn 2. Upshifts to 4th, and then there revs the limiter there. And let's just see what Flopman can do. He's currently P4 with 28.1. Can he get down the front row, or will he have to settle for second row? Because watch out for Mustache, he'll be improving his time also. Flopman goes at the line, 5,000s down, but that's not a huge margin. But the worrying thing is, he is catching this massive train of cars ahead of him. And I don't want to be getting blocked by 4 different cars. As the yellow flags keep putting up because of him, of that train that's going ahead. Diego's currently on an out lap, he's just finishing. But Flopman is coming down to sector 2. You can see the cars just exiting the corner ahead of him. They are still battling for position on track. This is just asking for a massive disaster. Because here comes Flopman. He's catching these guys, and he's all going to go in. Flopman's a 10 foot here. He cannot afford to be blocked. As he has a bit of a wobble, 1 car gets out of the way from him. The others have all gone. As he comes on the final corner now, Flopman was a 10 foot, but he had a huge wobble coming out the corner there. Keeps it valid, just valid there. Final lap, final straight now. What can Flopman do? P3 only. Let's just jump aboard to a random one, because Maxwell's in that group ahead of him, I've just realised. Axa is half a tenth up on his lap. And Diego, I didn't know because I didn't see it sector 1. But Axa's currently a 10th up now. Axa's looking to smash the qualifying gap. As Marco Botta retires in the pits, he cannot improve from P9. So I can tell one guy's going to be happy about that. As Axa comes around the flying... Oh, bloody hell, I can't even speak again. Last corner here, it comes the line, it's 27-7. Axa has demolished that time out the park. As here comes Diego, what can he do? He's currently 24,000 up, so unfortunately, as an absolute mega sector, he's going to have to settle for the second row. Second place, I mean. As the other one is going to be the only one who can actually disturb that is Maxro at the moment. Maxro's come to the sector line now, but he's only 1,000 quicker. I did not see his sector 1. And Diego does abandon that because he invalidated it. It's Maxwell. Has anyone else improved their times? It doesn't look like it, because Rudy's still 10th, everyone else is finished. Mustache, Jericho, Luno, KL, P8. Well, what the? Okay. I don't know what I just saw Maxwell's POV. But Maxwell will stay P4. Who just took Astros? No, not Astros. Oh my, this game. That was Crystal P8. Pulled a blind out in the last sector. And we're only waiting for Cappy to get in the pits and retire, and then that's the race. So that is the grid. And AXA is looking just like Max Verstappen at Japan. Untouchable so far. But the race is a completely different thing, and we never know what can happen. So, AXA, Diego, Flopman, Maxwell, and Mustache are the top 5. Then Jericho, who did brilliant with only 2 runs to get P6. Then Luno, Crystal, Kale, Marco Botta. We're still in for Cappy to get in the pits if he wants them and retire. Marco Botta, Rudy, Astros, Sniper's only 13th, but again, he's proven that his race pace is much better than his quality pace. But we'll have to see how this plays out for everyone. Right, so this is going to be an interesting Bahrain race. Let's just see if it's going to be one of those boring ones, or will it be a full-on DRS train of like chaos. Because, as you know, turn 1 is absolutely one of those corners. You make a mistake, you are getting destroyed at. It's either you brake too late, you hit someone, you get taken out from the rear by someone braking late. Just don't be a Maldonado is what I'm trying to say. Right, so I wonder what the predictions are going to be everyone's going to be saying in chat, because I feel like Axel's obviously got the pace, and if he can get away from DRS, it could be his race to just walk away with. Then the podium is up to debate, because I feel like a lot of the guys starting further back are going to start on hards. Mainly because of what happened. Because I feel like some of the guys in the top... Oh my god, it's 8 now. Some of the guys are going to be starting on the hards, I feel like. But I feel like mediums should be being the front runners. Unless one of them feels bold enough to keep their pace up. I don't know if we do formation laps still. Because that's how much I've been off the game. Because I just... And it's just waiting to see what happens here. I really hope no one gets screwed over the pits. Because I don't think people have realised where they are currently in the pits. Is the worrying thing. Because if you pit and someone else is in front of you and they pit in your pit garage, well, it can completely kill your race. This is why the multiplayer cars are terrible for racing in. Because you can never tell who's going to be who. It's always randomised. And just chaos, to say the least. The only two I can see that are going to be together is the racing points, because I can see they're sat next to each other. Everyone picks their fuels for the race and tyres, and I feel like it has to be medium hard across the board, or hard medium. Because Bahrain is very notorious on tyres, and in this game especially, the softs just barely get used, I've noticed. Right, so I'm just curious who's actually going to finish this race and who's actually going to win this race. I'm still waiting. I really hope the game hasn't just bugged out, because I swear to God if it has. I just hope everyone's picking their tyres and strategies, because I really hope the game hasn't just crashed. Oh, there we go. The 5 lights are coming on now. There's the 5. Who is going to lead in the turn 1? As there goes the cars, we'll get everything up quickly. As Axel's blocking Diego's going for the move. As I'm trying to get the tyres on it at the same time. A loss of hardness. Look at that into turn 1. Oh, Diego's had contact! Diego's had contact! And I think that was with Flopman. Axel leads into turn 1, and it's now Mustache and Maxtro in the second and third. Oh, that's not what you wanted to see in the first lap. Diego Maris and Flopman are falling down the grid as it's Pangreal spun around. It's chaos at the start. As I said, one of the as I feel like oh my god, this is the midfield, and it's just chaos to say the least. Look at this, and it goes for a move from the outside of Marco Botta. And then goes Flopman trying to send the ball as Diego and Flopman fell from the second row and front rows. But Axel now has a clear margin to Moustache and could pull away from everyone here if he can manage his ties in the ERS. Let's just see as Flopman gets past Marco Botto. So let's see who's made the most position changes there. As Moustache goes up 3, Moustache, Luno, Sniper and Rooney up 5 and 6. That's really good. And this is up 8 of his clock as well. Wow. And then he got Flopman down 7, Pagrio down 10. And then Crystal down 9 as well. I completely forgot that was Crystal's spawn. He's got no front wing. Like, oh my god, as Marco's got a 5-second penalty already. And that's not a good start for the race. Flopman gets past Ennis now. As now he's trying to regain all that ground that he lost thanks to that contact, and I feel like Marco Bott had to fit. I knew he had front wing damage, along with Diego Maris. So now it's going to be the question is, can I save him? As look at this battle, Jacob's going to the inside of Ennis. Ennis squeezes him, but he cannot hold Jacob off. Jacob moves into the points. Further ahead, it looks like Moustache has actually kept up with Axa. He has not let him run away with the lead. But unless Axa is not using the ERS though, unlike Moustache and Maxro, he's currently hitting nearly 90% ERS. And this could be the DRS train getting triggered next lap. But I'm actually curious what Rudy and Sniper can do since they've absolutely charged up the field from their start position. Can they finish near the podium? Can they get very high points here today from 5th and 6th? As I'm surprised a lot of guys using hards, and I thought one guy at least gambled for the medium started. Only one who did that was Cappy and Pangreal, but they're 13th and 14th. Moustache has fastest car on track, but remember Axa is not using his DRS as much. And the DRS will be activated as he gets to the first DRS section line, and it's like, oh, it's a huge move for Maxro on braking. As Astro gets past Ennis also now in turn 1. Round the outside it looks like also. And Ennis is going from that flying start to getting attacked by everyone. And it looks like the DRS train is going to start triggering in force now. Axa's just going to manage his DRS, I feel like. It's just going to be like flying to Singapore. He's going to be controlling it. And just seeing what happens here with the race. Because if a safety car comes out, again, change the race. Because they won't be able to go to the end at this point. So they'll have to either stay out or pit for a 2-stop. As as you can tell, Axa is trying to break the train a little bit. But, oh my, well, I just realised the train goes all the way down to 9th. Oh wow, this should be entertaining at least, because it means you'll see the different strategies of the ERS getting used. So like, you've got Axu, you've got 94, you've got Moustache 67, excellent. So everyone's using different amounts of ERS to keep up. And Moustache obviously using a lot to keep up. Maxwell's not using any, so Moustache is just getting dragged along for the time being. But I feel like if Axa turns up his engine, he will fly away with that ERS mode also. As Moustache is gaining and gaining and gaining, and he won't go for the move. I think he's just too far back. Oh, lock up there coming into the corner. No one else is making the move further behind. Cappy gets past Ennis also. So Ennis has gone from the point to 13th at the moment, but he is not letting it go, it looks like. Round the outside, Ennis holds him off. And he has the DRS back, and both of them do. So unless Cappy can make the DRS return, but he cannot. Kale's now being taken by Flopman, as Flopman is starting his fight back. Diego Maris now gets fastest lap, but obviously he's battling Marco Botto for 15th after starting 2nd. That's not where the Portuguese driver wanted to be at the start of this race. But it's going to be, the question is, how far is Flopman going to do? Because Flopman didn't get any damage, to my surprise, with that contact. So he's got a big charge header, but he's got this massive DRS train to deal with. Pangrio and Capio exchanging positions further back. But I'm actually really curious to see how far certain drivers will be able to go. But we'll have to see, obviously, because the ERS obviously is going to take fast. As you can prove, Axe has started to use it now to try and pull the brake the 1 second window. He won't do it this lap. Oh, his mustache goes wide! He might do it just now, so that might open the door. As now Maxtro and Mustache are side by side. Maxtro's got the momentum and takes P2, but that is crucial for Axe now. He's now got a 1 second gap as Flopman gets past Sniper. He uses more ERS, brakes just a bit later, and holds the position into P7 now. But Axe is probably going to be smiling seeing that behind him now. 1.2 now between him and Maxtro. And Kale's gone past, gets past Flopman again. Kale's refusing to let Flopman go, as he must have had a moment there, Flopman, because he was ahead of Sniper at the exits of turn 3. As I guess Kale's got Flopman all over him. Flopman is trying, but Kale's putting his car in the right moment. Ran the slight element also in the Alfa Romeo car. But great move, man. I don't know what happened there with Sniper and Flopman. I don't know if Flopman just lost the traction or something. And obviously unfortunate. But this is allowing Jacob to slowly reel them in. He's in 5/10 here, but he has no ERS to play with when he gets up to them. And it looks like nothing else is going on in the front groups, as Maxtro is trying to catch the Axa while breaking the toll between him and Mustache. But Axa is using his ERS perfectly to keep the gap away from his French counterpart. That's going to start lap 6 here. Axa still leads and now has a 1.3 gap, breaking the DRS behind him. Maxtro is into P2 thanks to one mistake from Mustache. And then Luno, Jericho, Broody, Sniper, Kale, and Flopman, who's trying again here as he has the better momentum. He must have a better straight line speed cell. He's going to go on the brakes on the inside. Kale gives him the room, and Kale loses his position. Flopman's into P8 once again, and now he has to get right back to Sniper. As look at the gap between Sniper and Rudy, I've just noticed. It's nearly 3 seconds. It is now 3 seconds. So now the group of 9 go to a group of 6 now. So Flopman's going to have a huge obstacle. There he goes again. Flopman goes wide. He must lose traction on that certain part of the track. And now he's behind Kale once again. This race has actually got a few little twists in. Axa has just now pulled another 2 attempts here on Maxwell, but Maxwell I think has just been forced to try and get away from Mustache. And I'm curious when Axa will actually pit for retards, because I feel like they can go probably about nearly 20 laps in it. No, not 20 laps. Probably about 16 to 17 laps I feel like before they'll pit the mediums. Or if they're very bold, they'll go 20 for softs. But what am I saying? It's F1 drivers, they're bold as hell. They're racing PSGL, that sort of stuff. So yeah, they probably will go soft at the end. Lap 6, and Axa is starting to extend away now. He's got 2 attempts more gap, him to Maxro. Maxro has still got Mustache catching him. Luno, Jericho and Rudy are sticking in the DRS train. Sniper's got a good margin, but Kale has got, I think, a big enough a margin to hold off the Flopman. Flopman's going to late on the brakes here. He's just not close enough. But can he get him back in the second DRS window of the lap now? He comes around there. He's just a bit too far back. He's too far back, I feel like. 5/10 is a huge margin to build. And this is the first penalty, which isn't from the pit lane. As let's see if Flopman makes a mistake here this time. No. He must just be, I think, either accelerating the car too much, or it's hitting the bump and it's losing it. And I feel like Axel might have a bit of a more straight line speed setup, because Axel is catches a little bit. Oh, this is Jericho! Jericho's wide next to the corner of the exit. This could be Rudy's chance. But Rudy's just playing the waiting game because he's just a bit too far back. No position lost for Jericho there, but I think he has to have got a warning for that. Mustache is starting to pile the pressure onto the Frenchman ahead of him now, because Axa has pulled away another 2 attempts here in the final sector. So Axa has pulled his tyres and ARS management to perfection. It's nearly 2 seconds as we start the lap 8. And the podium battle is going to be up here. As Mustache, I feel like it's going to be going for it. As here he comes, he has the better straight line speed. Mustache comes to the right. Maxwell's not even going to attack and defend him, and Mustache is into seconds. Now, is Maxwell going to come back him in the second DRS? Astros gets past Pangreal there on the start-finish line. But this is the battle for P2. Maxwell's looking, but he just isn't close enough. But I feel like that ERS management he's done is not going to help him, along with Jericho. And Rudy had a moment there. That's knocked Rudy out of the DRS window. The gap's now 5 seconds to see him and Sniper. So Rudy has to get back in this. Oh, it's going to be a thing. As Diego Maris and Marco Botta are still battling for this 15th position. They have been tossing and turning between each other. Like, this is two drivers who were in the top 10, but got caught on collisions, and they're still battling like it's the race to win. As they're going right, oh, Marco goes wide, Diego cuts inside, but Marco just shuts the door on him. Like, you got that race, you got Axa pulling away, you've got Mustache, Maxwell, and Luno, Jericho, and Rudy all on the transfer podium, depending on penalties, and as yellow flag, oh, it's Jacob! Jacob spun out on the flat. On the left-hander. Oh! In the wall as he tries to recover. And he loses even more time. He's now into 14th position. Has front wing end plate damage in his front right. But Jericho, you should stay in, Jacob. You never know what's going to happen. As Pangreal locks up there. Tries to get the cutback on Astros on the mediums, remember. So he's trying to do an alternative strategy. Having to have to pitch for them. As third as Sniper and Kale are battling. These two are championship rivals in F2, and they're battling once again here at F1. Sniper's got the line and the DRS, and Sniper can't do anything against that straight line speed. And Kale's into P7 now, unless Sniper has something to do in the corner exit, and he just doesn't have enough. But these three are all battling for 7th place, as Astros holds off Pangreal for P10. There's quite a few battles actually starting to put up in cars. These three are all close in pace now. As there goes Flutman, but he just can't get the traction. As you can tell, he's getting heat into his tyres there. Like, this race is just so entertaining to see what is going to happen here. As Axa hasn't actually pulled a huge gap yet. It's only 1.8. I thought he would have gained 2 seconds by now. Into the 2+. But obviously Mustache is using ERS to try and space the gap, I feel like, and saving at the same time. It's actually quite interesting to see how these cars are like different drivers now, because Axel's trying to use more of his ERS, now saving it again. Mustache has saved and overtook Maxwell. Maxwell might look here for a move here. Maxwell is splitting his slipstream into 8th gear, using the ERS. Maxwell goes to the inside. Mustache isn't going to fight him, just like Maxwell didn't. And back into P2 goes the Frenchman. But that's just going to help Axa, who's now got the lead to 2 seconds. As we're going to jump aboard these guys, as all three of them are battling for the position. And Kale, is he going to be able to hold Sniper and Flotman here in the second DRS window? Sniper's just too far back to make the move, along with Flotman. So he holds the position for another lap. As you've got all these drivers just focusing to keep up to the DRS train. Obviously, because Maxwell, Mustache, Luno, and Jericho and Rudy are all in the transfer podium here. And it all depend, if they stay in this DRS train, on the pit stops. And what the penalties, etc. Because, as I said, an undercut, if you can get into clean air, you will have an absolute treat of a time to get past these drivers. Especially if you leave during the DRS train, because you could be ahead of them now and stuck in the DRS train again, so you'd have an advantage. But I feel like, I'm trying to think, who would actually make the call to pit early is the one I'm thinking of. Because Axel, I feel like, will pit after, because he has the lead position, so I feel like he will respond to guys behind him pitting. As I say that, Axel's gone wide! And he goes to the gravel there, that's lost some time there. The DRS window now could be open for Max Stroll next lap. Axel's had one mistake all race, and it's going to put the train back to 6 cars now. Yes, it is. Max Stroll is back in DRS. Sniper gets past Kale on the start-finish line. But the big thing is, Max Stroll is back in DRS range. Unless Axel can pull away again, but Sniper now has turned up the engine and flying past Kern has got a huge gap before the end of the second DRS window. So Axel, one of the drivers you see barely make mistakes, like going wide or anything. He makes one little mistake, and it costs him the DRS buffer he had. Now with the Frenchman behind him, Max Stroll is back in DRS and happily sit and save his ERS again. The gate is back open here for the victory for anyone in this top 6. As it looks further back, it looks like Kale and Ken have pulled away from Flotman. Flotman's having problems, I feel like, with his setup, because he's having, I think he's having twitches or something when he hits curbs or something. Hold on a minute. No, Flotman's got no right end plate. He's had damage somewhere. Flotman is gonna have to pit now. What has happened to Flotman? He's gained damage in his front right end plate, but where? As Cappy now joins the penalty party with him and Ennis. As Flotman has to pit now. He's not pitting. I'm surprised. I thought it was especially with that much damage he's struggling. I thought when he pit. So now the battle for 7 goes from 3 cars to 2 cars. Huh. And Max Stroll is putting a lot of pressure now on the Frenchman in the lead, Axel. Still can't believe one little mistake has just changed the race completely. Jacob now joins the penalty party in P17 now on the mediums, but his mediums could just make it to the end if he's smart. Or a safety car happens, and he can go for another bet. But the question is, I'm actually wondering, if the safety car came out now, would any of the guys in hard pit? Because their mediums will be cooked at the end. But obviously everyone else in the mediums will have to pit because their tires will be screaming for new life. And I'm just watching this 6-car DRS train happily sitting in the row. And the only one who looks like he's got the advantage right now for ERS has to be Moustache and Axel. Axel's again saving for that one little mistake that will boost him away. And then obviously Maxwell's using a little bit of splashes to keep up to him while trying to save stuff behind him. But he might get him here because he has a better run coming out the corner and he has slipstream. Are we going to see the lead change here on lap 13? Here comes Maxwell. He stops his DRS. I saw that. Maxwell is happy to stay by Axel and save his DRS, I feel like. The French trickery these two can do is just so funny and incredible at the same time. Because Axel did a lot in Season 9. Astros has gone past, as there goes Pangrio and Flotman. Flotman's finally admits the defeat as he loses his position to Pangrio, who goes on to hard. Flotman has to go hot to mediums though. So he's going to have to hope for a safety car to get back into point contention. And then nothing else has changed in this DRS train. It's still the order from where it started. Just Maxwell and Moustache have changed positions once or twice. But that's it. Flotman's all the way into 16th now. So he's going to have to make a lot of pushing if he's going to make it into the top 10. And make his tyres last at the same time. Because the mediums are a bit iffy this game. They can either last or they'll just blow up. As Axel takes a lot of curbing in that corner there, and I'm surprised not even a lifting. Oh, yellow flag! That's Jacob in the gravel! And it's a virtual safety car! Now, what do the top 6 do? Are they going to pit now and make their mediums last? Or will they stay out and have better tyres at the end? Axel is going to be the lead car. What will he do? And I just pin. Everyone else is going to have to follow. This is going to be now a medium strategy to the ends. So this will put, and I feel like Ken and Sniper have to pit also. Now, who's gonna get screwed over in the pit lane? It looks like no one is. Oh no! The Ghost and Fang on for Mustache. Axel still leads. Luno and Jericho still is. Rudy. Yep, everyone in the top 7 as the top 9 is pitted. But Ennis is not pitting. Ennis, I think you're going to regret that you're the only one who has not pitted in that group. And he gained a few positions, but he's stalled on his hards. And there's the race going. Rudy's absolutely messed this up. He's now out of the DRS train massively. 6 seconds lost because of a little moment there. And I feel like one driver that would have profit from that is Pangreal, who's back into the points as he takes the position of Astros round the outside. He pitted just before the virtual safety car, and that's helped him stay ahead of Astros. Jacob was 5 seconds for speed in the pit lane, and Jacob unfortunately retires from the session. But now this is equal ground, but at the same time, the mediums are going to scream at the end of this race. 15 laps of mediums is going to be a bit of an ask for these drivers, but most of these guys have done this before probably. So it's just going to be to see who's going to happen, because the big question I'm going to ask is, what the hell is Ennis going to do now? Because what tyres is he going to go? Everyone pitted apart from him and Crystal for new tyres. But I don't even know what happened to Rudy. He was right behind Oh, wait a minute. I feel like Rudy was one of the ones who may have got screwed over in the pit stops. As there goes Maxwell into the lead there. If the French change for the lead, Maxwell takes the lead. Axe is now into P2. Now this is a race. Who is going to be winning here? Because they're all on equal terms now. New fresh mediums to the end of the race. 14 laps to go. Let's see who can manage their tyres better and have better life at the end. But the big thing also, Luno and Jericho have now dipped out of the DRS range, so now it's just a free car battle in the DRS train. As now, this is just what happens. As soon as one little thing changes in the race, like the safety car, it changes the race completely, because Maxwell's got a more pace, it looks like, than Axel on the mediums. And look at that, he's nearly breaking the DRS window already. Mustache is staying with Axel. Luno is too far back, along with Jericho, and Rudy must have got double stacked, I think now, when you think about it, because the only thing he's lost 6 seconds for. And it's just P7, but he has tyres where he's going to go as rapidly getting catched by Sniper, and I just realised Kale got screwed in the pit lane as well, because he's 12th. This is why we don't use these cars, because if you do this, you get screwed over in the pit lane, because you don't know who your car is in the other one. So Kale now, Flopman both gets past Crystal. Crystal's not going down though, and he's going to hold off Flopman. This is what Kale needs to build a gap there. Flopman goes around the outside, and what a move! Wobbles the car just a little and holds the position. And he goes wobbling everywhere, Flopman, when he hits the curbs. But he gets the move on the Crystal. Like this race is now turning from basically being a bit of a bore fest to actually now having a lot of battles now. You've got the top 3 battling obviously for the win and the podium. Luno is just going to try and stay up as best as he can because he's pulled away from Jericho. You've got Rudy, who's now is dropping even further back. Ennis is getting caught by Sniper, who's on a recovery drive, remember, from his position from he started. Ennis is just, I feel like he's going to try just wait for another safety car or something. Because if he gets another safety car, that will be the best thing that ever could ask. That'll be any driver. Oh, this brakes really early. And I think he's losing his grip, that's why Sniper needs to get past. And Sniper's just trying to squeeze in the cut over there. Ennis not going to... Oh, Ennis! What happened there with Ennis? A bit of a wobble there coming out into this DRS section. But Astros and Pangreal now are battling for the points now. This is the difference between 9th and 10th. Different strategies coming into play. As Astro gets stuck on the curving. This is what Pangrio needed. The catch right back up to him. He looks at the inside, but he can't make a move there. As further ahead, Maxwell still leads, and Mustache is caught up. Luno's dropping back to these guys, but if something happens, he will be there. He's back in the DRS, but it won't activate because he didn't get the DRS line detection line didn't pass. Diego's still 13th. Pangrio was past, and it's finally pits. So now Pangrio and Astro are about on 8th and 9th. And this is going to put Kale back into the point, but he has Flopman right behind him, who's on a recovery also. And there, speaking of Flopman, there he goes into 10th. Further back, you've got Marathon Crystal. Crystal was on tyres. He started, he pitted in the first lap. And he's doing brilliant defence against these drivers who are going to be very frustrated that he's defending so hard. But Diego's going to have the better run and goes round the outside. Oh man, my throat. As Flopman goes purple in the sector one there, thanks to that deer. Oh, Flopman! Flopman has a huge moment! That is absolutely massive by Flopman. He's stayed out of the wall, but he gets a 10-second penalty. If he feels it, he can get removed if he feels it. Because that... that was a save and a half to not hit the wall there. And Kale had the awareness to stay out of the way and get past him, and obviously Flopman didn't hold him up. As Ennis now gets penalties, as Ennis is on mediums, yellow flag. Oh, who's that? That's Astros! Safety car! Safety car's out! And the leaders have passed the pit lane! And Sniper's the only one who's going to be able to make it! Sniper, Pangrio and Astros have to pit if they're going to have a good chance of points here. No, Astros is doing the opposite. The question is, another pair of mediums on for Sniper. This could be crucial to the end of the race. Pangrio also is going to go mediums. Anyone else pitting? This is what Diego, Crystal, and Flopman needed. Flopman did not pit, to my surprise, along with Kale. Wow! That's, Oh yeah, Diego. Oh, I feel like a stupid idiot. I keep saying his name. God's sake. Diego is what I meant. I don't know why I said Diego for some bloody reason. Ah, I got it right. Safety car is out at lap 18, and now, as I feel like, yeah, some drivers were going to pull the stocks out. Diego, Crystal, and Cappy have all pulled them out. This now has changed everything, as I said. Alright, so now, the guy I'm curious about is any in the top 4 going to pit now? Because if anyone pits, everyone's going to pit. But I feel like no one is going to pit here. Maxwell leads the train. He could easily do a dummy. But no. Everyone's going to say, oh! Alexa! Oh no, that was so close between Axtra and Maxwell. Oh my god, everyone's in the pit. They're definitely going let's see, mediums and softs are the things that I think they're going to be using. And there goes Luno goes softs. I knew one of them would. Yeah, Rudy, that's why Rudy got screwed. He had a double pit stop window. Astros pit. Kale has to pit now, along with Flopman. Flopman also is going to have to think save 5 seconds of his time penalty though, so he cannot remove. I don't know if I should serve it. Mediums. As it stops. This restart is going to be fun because we've got so many mixed tyres now on the grid. We've got mediums, softs everywhere. Oh, this is going to get entertaining. But I've just noticed a Pangrio instead of Astros thanks to that early pit stop again. Astros is probably kicking himself that he's lost a mission. And now, Kale's going to lose it to Diogo. Not Kale, I mean, sorry, I meant Flopman. Flopman's lost the position to Diogo, who's recovering. He's P11 now, on stops to the end. Oh, this is going to be chaotic. So I'm just going to check the tail. I want to see if he got it. No, he's still got both. All of it. Right. Now, I don't know when. I feel like we might have one more lap of safety car because Crystal's just coming out of the pit lane now. So I feel like maybe one more and we can go on lap 20 to finish to start on lap 21. So that means we'll have 8 laps of guys all on new tyres battling. Oh god. Bahrain always produces something. It'll either produce a massive crash, an interesting race, someone winning out of nowhere, the podium. Like, this is mental. It's definitely going to be next lap, I feel like, because Crystal will catch. But the fact we had a virtual, which changed the race, everyone picked the mediums or hards, dependent, and now we had a full safety car, and that split the strategies because we've got Luno in P4 who starts on the softs on the restart. Everyone around him till P9 is on mediums. So Luno, if he can keep his tyres in good nick, he could make some moves before DRS gets activated. If he can get enough grip and traction and his ERS management. Axer and Maxro's already proven he's much quicker on the medium so far. But now we're going to have 8 laps to go, because Crystal has to catch the safety car before the end of this lap. He will have to. But the question I'm actually wondering is, where is Diogo going to finish in the points? Is Flotman going to finish in the points? I've just realised if Ennis kept going, he would have... Yeah, if Ennis didn't obviously crashed out, unfortunately, and obviously the safety car was someone else, he would have had a good chance for points to be split out. But, we go again. Crystal should catch up and hopefully we should get going at the end of this lap. Now, I feel like this is where all the RG-Bargy stuff's going to start coming out. As I'm just going to let you know now, I will not be able to do interviews because I have to go and do something after this. So I cannot do interviews straight away, even though I want to. But we're just going to wait and see what happens at the end of this race. Because the Crystal should catch up and hopefully we should get going at the end of this lap. I really hope, because that means we'll have 8 racing laps to go. And that means two laps without DRS, which could obviously help the soft runners massively. Because Crystal's going to catch, and hopefully we'll get the safety car coming in the end of this lap now, at the top of this corner. Crystal might be too far back now to trigger it. I really hope we don't get one more lap, because that will ruin the race. Yep, there we go. Right, so Max will be the lead car now. A safety car is going into the pits there, driving away. Now, the question is, Axe is allowed to do that, but as long as he doesn't get alongside him completely. It's fine to get like at a different angle, but if he gets alongside him completely at restart, that will be penalised. But look at this, he slows the train down to a crawl. All the cars are square. Maxro has done this before. So he knows what to do, and he's got his French, one of his old French teammates behind. Maxwell hasn't gone. Has he? No, he has. Maxwell goes there. He catches a few drivers off, but Luno's the key one here. Luno's the key one here because he needs to stick with the train here if he's going to have a chance to make these softs go before they start dying off a little bit in the end of the race. Maxwell still leads in the turn 1, but is anyone else going to make a move? Oh, look at that sniper! Pangreal looks for the move, but Sniper shuts the door on him. Sniper nearly lost the position to Rudy, but look at this, Pangreal was looking. Is he going to brake a little bit late? No, just can't do it. Further back, nothing else is going on. No contact yet, to my surprise. Flotman now joins the penalties. He's now caught a massive 13 seconds of penalty. 10 of them he can probably feel. The 3 I don't know, but look at him, he's right. He's pushing Diogo. The straight line speed, and he struggles with traction. But the big thing is, Maxro again is pulling away on the mediums. Luno is sticking to his moustache. This could be his chance for a podium here. As all these cars are sticking within each other, because this is the final few laps. This is all to determine who's going to finish where. Rudy's struggling, but Luno is doing perfectly what he needs to do. He's sticking with the top 3. Maxwell's trying to break the toll there. That has all rights to do that because he has a big enough gap. But no one else is close enough here. Oh, Luno! Luno spins out of the final corner! That's his chance for points gone! Oh, that's so fortunate! Rudy's got taken by Sniper, and then I think Diogo and Flopman are going to start battling. Pangrio and Kale side by side. As Astro sneaks his nose in trying to get past Pangrio, just a bit of contact. But the leaders, the top three are still remain. Jericho is pushing like hell now to stick with these guys with DRS when it gets activated next lap. But the man on the move yet again is Sniper though. He's into 5th place. Remember, he started outside the top 10. And he's having a brilliant race recovery drive. You've got Kale also flying on the softs. You've got Pangrio in for a great chance of points again. Astros, Marias, from being nearly last at the end of lap 1 to battling for the points here. It's been a great recovery by Diogo. As you got Flotman also in if his penalties are. Luno must have just lost the car and think on an exit with traction as he's probably got a bit too eager on DRS. But now DRS is going to be activated this lap and we have 6 more laps to go here. DRS now is going to be the most key thing for these drivers. Because if you don't have it, you're going to lose touch of the car ahead of you. And you will have to settle and defend. So like Jericho has got a massive gap on Sniper. As DRS is going to be activated here. There it is. Maxwell still leads as lap number 23. Axe's trying to close the down. The Frenchman. Mustache into third. Let's see. Luno gets 5 seconds and the penalty is unfortunately retired out of the session. As Diogo's battling Astros and Astros is going to get him back. Flopman had contact. And was Astros. I think Diego may have bumped him a bit. And there's another. It's another. Is that a virtual or full? It's a virtual. Now, this is going to be even more key, because you've got to keep the gap to a certain range, or they will jump you and get away. Because you do not want to lose DRS during a virtual safety car. That is the worst timing you can have. But now that's put Flopman and Astros out of the point setup. Astros has not got damage, but Flopman has huge wing damage. As it started, Diogo and Astros side by side, just a little bump. Alright, but we're going to stick in for the leaders. We're going to see when Maxwell will go, and will the gap stay the same or increase? Because if you can get the perfect restart here, you can set your race here to the end. And there's the virtual safety car just about to end, I feel like. And there it goes, no drive-throughs to everyone, but that Maxwell got a bad exit there. Because of where he had to slow down for the virtual safety car. Axe is going to be all over him now. The DRS is going to be after Maxwell's a little wobble. Now the DRS battle is going to start commencing now. Who is going to be leading the turn 1 this time? Will it be Maxwell again, or will Axe take it? Maxwell's catching. Axe is catching. Axe, it's looking no. I feel Axe is going to wait to the final lap to make a move. Yellow flag. Flopman spun out in the final corner. But he's got major front wing damage and he's kept it going, thankfully. And Axa is still right behind his French counterpart, Maxwell, but he thinks about the move, but he can't do it. Mustache is sticking to Jericho. Sniper, Hale gets past Rudy now for 6th place now. Hale's the best guy on the softs currently. And he could have a key moment here for a good P5 finish if he can catch up to Sniper. You got Deal. Like, the points are going to be all over the place, I feel like. Marco Botta could be in for the points here. Rudy's in for points. Pangrio. Crystal could be in for points. I don't know where this is going to finish. We've got 5 at Maxwell weave to break the toe just a bit. But Axa does not fall for it and just sticks to the racing line. Rounding up to the uphill now. Axa's just got a few. He's only got 5 laps to go, but he's going to be definitely thinking about when to make a move and what lap do it, because Maxwell was saving. Both these drivers are saving the rear S now because they both know they're going to need it at the end. Mustache is sticking with these, and Jericho is using a lot of it to stick with these guys. You've got Sniper and Kale not far behind also, who will be in the battle soon. because Kale has the better grip on those softs at the moment. Axel's just a bit too far back in to make a move, and this goes very late on the brakes. As he thought about it. Jericho saying that no one else is going for the move. There's the inside. Clean turn one for everyone. Axel's got a better run here, but I feel like again he's just not going to sit. As Astro surprised in the pits, Axel looks again, but he's just trying to intimidate Maxwell. But Maxwell's not falling for any of this. He knows what he needs to do, just defend and hold his position and keep his DRS amount, a good amount, to hold off the charge infringement behind him. When the DRS on the next two, I feel like Axel might make a move on 28. Because if he gets past 28, he just has to hold him off for one lap. And he has enough DRS, he can pull away. But it looks like nothing else has changed further back, because the DRS drain goes all the way down to Diogo. So this is going to be who can get closer enough, and who can make their tyres work. Because Kale's the highest soft runner, P6. But obviously he's got better grip in corners, but it won't be long before his tyres are going to start feeling a bit off now. Because the softs I already know how bad the softs are just in game in general. Because they go off so quickly. But we'll jump on board with the leaders once again. Is actually going to make the move here on lap 26, or will he stay behind Maxwell? As we start, Maxwell's got 5/10 the gap here. But the DRS now, Axel's not using any DRS, have you noticed? It's automatically draining a little bit. Axel's flying here. Axel again does not go for a move. As Jericho and Sniper are still battling, Kale is still going, trying to make a move. Crystal gets past Marco Bottas for P10 around the outside. They're still side by side. As there goes Crystal, and Diogo gets past Pangrillo for P8. This has got so many battles going on for positions. But the top 7 are still unchanged. Because look at this, Jericho is putting a lot of pressure on Mustache, but Mustache just knows he stays here, he can get the podium. This is just going to go down to the wire. Who's going to be where, and when do you make a move? Because Axel, again, Axel's been in this position before, so he knows what to do, because he's had a lot of battles with a lot of championship rivals who do exactly the same thing. Wait until like the second last lap, take him over, and then hold him off with enough ERS. But Maxwell obviously is going to be wise to this move because he's seen Max have done this. So now it's going to be, the curious thing is when Axel is going to trigger the overtake and then defend for the rest of the race. Or will he overtake, make Maxwell use all of his ERS and then hold him back? A Sniper joins the penalties for P5. And that's why, because look at that, Kale is all over him. Maxwell is still defending Axel at turn 1, but there goes Kale. Kale's got the better straight line speed, and it's going to take the business, but Sniper breaks just that later. But Kale takes the business into P5 now, and he's let loose to catch up to Jericho now. If he can get those tyres up to temperature again. And then obviously Sniper's now going to deal with Rudy behind him now. Sniper at this moment will be out of the points if he cannot remove that penalty. Rudy side by side with him. Rudy's made a brilliant move there. Sniper locked up a little bit in the corner. And Sniper loses not 1 but 2 positions. Kale's going to be on the charge now to try and catch up Diego's DRS. It's like this has been a great recovery drive by some of these drivers. So I'm just going to quickly get that pop up. No, fastest lap, sorry. I always forget how fast. Nope, that's not it. Nope. God's sake. I'll just give it up on it. No, there we go. Alright, so the biggest position finish at the moment will be Sniper still. 6 positions up, along with Pangrillo up 6 also. Highest one will be Maxwell, who started 3rd on the grid, remember, and he could be on for the victory here today. I think because he needs to drink water before this battle because my throat is drying up completely. Axel again, I definitely don't think he's going to make a move here. He's too far. He's not thinking. He thinks about it, but Maxwell was keeping behind him. I further back. Oh, what's going on with Sniper Rudy? Sniper gets him back, and Crystal gets past Pangrillo. There's a lot of battles brewing for the final 2 laps. Kale's pulled away, but he cannot catch up to Jericho. So Kale might have to settle for P5 unless penalties are involved in front. We've got one more lap to go after this, and I feel this is when Axe is going to start pushing. Because Axe knows if he's too far back and doesn't go for a move, he goes for the move too late, Maxtro is going to defend it and take the win. Axe, I definitely has to make a move. Whoa, it's a sniper! Sniper had a moment there, and Diogo's into 7th, pushing Rudy. So Diogo's in for a P6 finish after being spun at turn 1, lap 1. What an incredible recovery drive by the Portuguese man. If he can get the P6. Kale's, as you can tell, Kale's just dropping back. It's 1.7 to the cars ahead. But Jericho was on for a great result here, P4. But then Mustache, Axe, and Maxtro. Who's going to be leading here at the next lap here? We've got one more lap to go here at Bahrain. Who's going to be? Maxtro or Axe? Because Max has to make the move this lap if he's going to win, I feel like. Maxtro knows this, as there's all his ERS. Axe has come flying. Here he comes. It's going to be side by side in the turn 1. Axe to the inside, Maxtro to the outside. Axe just covers him up. But now Maxtro's going to DRS right back on him. Who's going to be leading to turn 4? Axe is going to defend to the inside. Maxtro goes even further inside. The side by side. A bit of contact, I think, like a little dodgy-bodgy. But Maxtro takes back the lead. This is not over yet, though. Axe has got one more DRS place. He can make the move. And obviously, Mustache and Jericho are right behind if anything happens between these two. Diogo's into P6. He has overtaken Rudy. Sniper's overtaken Crystal, all battling. Oh, Maxtro's a moment. Is that going to be enough for Axe? Maxtro is trying to break the door. He defends the inside. Now the outside. Axe to the inside. Axe breaks lane, but Maxtro's looking for the crossover. This is not done yet. They're still going at it. Maxtro and Axe, the two Frenchmen, going for the win. Maxtro goes late at the brakes. Axe has to back out. They're side by side still. We've got one more corner to decide who's going to win. Mustache is coming through. Mustache, is he going to take the race victory? No contact! Axe is going to do it! Jericho's being forced wide, but Axe is going to hold on and take the victory! Oh, Maxwell Mustache and Jericho, Kale gets P5, Diogo into P6, Rudy, Crystal to the line! He does it! Even without that, Crystal had just been sniped over the line! Pyro Marco bought a sniper, probably will appeal in 3 seconds unless I think as Kathy. Wow. Axe and Maxwell, that was amazing. Oh my. As they wear the French flag, I was expecting. Right, so Axel gets another victory this season, and now he increases the lead at the top. I think he only got fastest lap though, and pole position to get 26 laps. 26 points. So he'd be on 150 points at the moment if anything doesn't change. And that will put him nearly 54 points clear. So that means, how many rounds is left? 3 rounds. Yeah, so if Axel scores 21 more points than Francesco next week, he has won the championship. Because Maxwell took the final fastest lap, so yeah. Wow. Oh, wow, so that was an intense race. Unfortunately, like I said, I need to go and do something before tonight, so and I will not be able to do commentary. I will not be able to do interviews. So obviously, thank you for everyone for watching. Obviously, don't forget if you like this video, like and subscribe. Obviously, we'll be back next week. I think Watinio will be back on the comms. It is next week's race is going to be Abu Dhabi. So don't forget to stick around next week and see how that goes, because Axel could win the championship if he gets 21 points. Alright, goodbye everyone. I really hope you enjoyed today, and have a lovely night.